Most corrupt countries in the world, part 2. Number 10, Lebanon. Lebanon is the ultimate Western Asian destination for history buffs and beach babies. This primarily Arab nation boasts many historical Roman ruins, preserved castles, churches, mosques, and stunning Mediterranean beaches. But after the fatal Beirut explosion in 2020, it is clear that Lebanon's corruption is a ticking time bomb. The government system allows corrupt officials, including those from opposition parties, to partake in corrupt activities without fear of the judicial processes. Number 9, Guatemala. Guatemala is a country in Central America that's awash with volcanoes, ancient Mayan sites, and lush rainforests. It neighbors Mexico to the north and would be a great destination to add to a Central America itinerary. However, due to corruption, tourism and other business sectors have struggled to flourish in Guatemala. Government officials engage in corrupt activities with little regard for civilians. Number 8, Central African Republic. The Central African Republic is considered one of the poorest and most fragile countries worldwide. Despite its abundance of mineral resources, the country only has about 5.4 million people with a low literacy level. The sparse distribution of people throughout the Central African Republic also contributes to the country's fragility, as it adds to the lack of human capital. The Central African Republic also went through a coup in 2013, which further exacerbated the corruption of senior government officials. Number 7, Cambodia. This Southeast Asian country boasts verdant natural attractions, gorgeous beaches, and awe-inspiring ancient temples. Neighboring two popular Asian destinations, Thailand and Vietnam, Cambodia has the potential to be a tourism haven, especially for travelers who like history, architecture, and fewer crowds at attractions, but the country has not managed to capitalize on this potential due to a weak judicial system that fuels corruption. Businesses can expect to pay bribes for licenses and operating permits, while the police's impunity constantly harasses civilians. Number 6, Afghanistan. Afghanistan is another country on this list that is characterized by years of conflict. Despite being regarded as a perpetual war zone, Afghanistan is rich in natural resources, including fruits such as grapes, pomegranates, and melons. The country's conflict has had dire consequences on its economy. Hence, international aid constitutes about 90% of the Afghan economy. But most, if not all, of this aid is withdrawn, packed into suitcases, and flown out of Kabul, headed to destinations like Dubai. Number 5, Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is a landlocked country in southeastern Africa known for its stunning natural beauty. It is home to one of the most visited landmarks in Africa, Victoria Falls. The country also boasts the ruins of Great Zimbabwe, a medieval city that thrived on cattle herding, gold minting. However, after years of authoritarian rule by former President Robert Mugabe and crippling sanctions by the United States and its allies, Zimbabwe is in a socio-economic crisis. This feeds into the migrant crisis across southern Africa. Many government officials are known to use patronage and cronyism to exploit the country's abundant resources. Taking and soliciting bribes from the police is common practice. Number 4, Myanmar. Formerly known as Burma, Myanmar is a Southeast Asian country that boasts a spectacular cultural diversity with over 100 ethnic groups. The country is mostly Buddhist and has an interesting array of British colonial architecture dotted across its major cities. The corruption in Myanmar stems from the military's totalitarian rule. In 2015, Myanmar held its first election after 50 years, and political stalwart Aung San Suu Kyi, a Nobel Peace Prize laureate, won with a landslide victory. But that was short-lived. In February 2021, a handful of generals in the army staged a successful military coup. This was actually caught on camera as a fitness instructor was doing her exercise routine. Number 3, Iraq. Iraq is mostly known as a war-torn country whose administration crumbled after the United States invasion in 2003. But not many know that Iraq is actually the location of ancient Mesopotamia and home to an array of talented poets, sculptors, and painters. The current situation in Iraq is a bit tricky. While the U.S. mission ended in 2021, several United States military personnel are still in the country as peacekeepers. The corruption in private and public enterprises has deterred any potential for foreign investment. Iraq's ongoing political and humanitarian crises further fuel the lack of government intervention, and public officials have continued to take bribes and act with impunity. Traveling to Iraq is largely not recommended for U.S. citizens due to high levels of violence and kidnapping. Number 2, Honduras. Another Central American country marred by corruption is Honduras. This mineral-rich country boasts an abundance of hard and soft commodities, from minerals to tropical fruit and sugar cane. Corruption is widespread in Honduras. Patronage and clientelism syndicates control the economy, making it unattractive to potential investors. Add bribery and drug trafficking to the mix, and you have mistrust in state institutions from civilians, a security crisis, and a growing migrant crisis. Number 1. Russia. Russia is seen as the most corrupt country in the world, according to U.S. News Best Countries rankings, a perception-based analysis of 85 countries drawn from a recent survey of more than 17,000 people around the world. In the survey, respondents delineated which countries they associated with the term corrupt, the definition of which was left open to their own interpretation. These perceptions factor into U.S. News subranking of countries considered open for business, as well as the overall best countries rankings and the list of the best countries to invest in, the best countries to headquarter a company, and the most transparent countries.